Welcome to Me Surf TV. Today we've got all the action from round one of the Quiksilver Pro Gold Coast, the first stop on the ASP World Tour for 2011. The opening heat of the day saw World Tour rookie Julian Wilson from Australia come up against Brazilian Heitor Alves and Australian Adrian Buchan. Despite a spirited backhand attack from Buchan, Julian Wilson would prove too strong, coming out on top and moving onwards to round three.
The conditions are fun. It's kind of tricky to find the good waves. I might have let one or two go, but yeah, I found my share and I got the scores. But it's definitely not easy right now. I think the conditions will get a lot better though.
Heat number two saw Australian goofy footer Matt Wilkinson put on a clinical backhand display to see him advance through to the winners round. In Heat 3, Australian dual world champion and Snapper Rocks local Mick Fanning was firing on all cylinders to easily dispatch of Americans Corey Lopez and Bobby Martinez.
Stoked, you know, I got that one wave at the start, sort of settled the nerves a bit. It actually was really slow out there and really wobbly. You know, there wasn't any wind, and I think from the north wind we had yesterday sort of kept a little bit of chop, but you know, just stoked to you know, feel one out at the end and yeah, make it through.
Defending Quiksilver Pro champion Taj Burrow was in fine form during Heat 4, posting the highest heat total of the day. This high-performance wave scored the Australian 9.27, the second best wave score of competition thus far.
A beautiful ride here for Taj. He's always looking for big moves that are going to guarantee him a reasonable score. Surfing and screaming to get on his side of a couple of top turn there. Taj still looking to stay near the pocket and exploit the scoring potential of this ride.
For sure, I felt good. Even though I won a contest last week, I was still pretty nervous. I just, you know, that was a warm-up and this is the big one, so I'm obviously going to have a few nerves, but I was really excited too, so I think I had that perfect balance of like excited and not too nervous. And yeah, it felt good. It felt good on my board, and the waves were fun. I love that little east, northeast, or whatever it is. It just makes the best little lips, and it's just perfect for throwing your board out the top, so that's my favourite way to surf, so I like those conditions.
More than anyone, I guess, is ready for it. Jordy Smith up and riding though.
Oh, the big guy just casually cruises into that barrel and cruises out.
South African world number 2 Jordy Smith thrilled onlookers with his progressive brand of surfing that saw him easily advance through his round 1 heat. Round 6 saw 10-time world champion Kelly Slater face off with Australian Kai Otten and 16-year-old wildcard Matt Banting. Young Banting didn't go down without a fight, but in the end, Slater was just too good.
Probably the last wave of the vehicle, seems to be anyway, throws it up off the top, sticking close to the pocket there, that traditional placement that he's been using.
Feels alright. You know, I didn't have that great a heat, but got the win and kind of blew my best wave probably. I had a nice section and just mistimed it. But you know, there's a few fun waves out there, and you know, it's definitely a fun day to have the contest. Yeah, I know. Matt's a great little surfer, and you know, he's got a big future at him. I'm sure that, you know, at 16 years old, I can only imagine myself having been in front of this crowd surfing against a world champ at the time or whatever. I did that when I was 17, and it freaked me out in my hometown. So to be in front of this many people, you know, it's probably a little overwhelming for him. He had a big grin on his face the whole time, and he seemed stoked. This events like this they're so great because you got so much crowd interaction walking down the beach, and everyone's right there close. It's kind of a grandstand arena for us, you know.
Heats 7 and 8 saw Australians Owen Wright and Josh Kerr both progress through, just as the snapper conditions began to worsen. Two-time Quiksilver Pro champion and Gold Coast local, Joel Parkinson, was one of the form surfers of the round, having little problems advancing through heat number 9.
I've been back in the water a long time, but just, I've been like off-season, so I haven't been able to compete. But I had a good little warm-up last week at Burleigh in the contest there, and it felt good then.
In fading afternoon conditions, Dan Ross and Adam Melling of Australia, as well as Portugal's Tiago Perez, all came out on top to finish off round 1 of competition at the 2011 Quiksilver Pro.
Right now, up and riding here, Tiago Perez with that sandbank. I mean, considering how terrible the actual wave, wind and so forth, the wave quality is pretty good.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind being out there, that's for sure. I mean, look at this wave that Tiago's got. He's just absolutely ripping it to pieces. Big, solid manoeuvres, throwing a lot of spray, and that's what the judges want to see.